Kia ora, I'm Miriam. No one likes visiting the dentist. It hurts your mouth and your wallet. So why is it so expensive? And when it comes to who pays, why are our teeth treated differently to our bodies? With tens of thousands of Kiwis suffering with tooth pain and infection they can't afford to fix, is it time for our privatised dental system to change? Here's Matt Chisholm.
They call it the murder house.
I've been putting this off for years.
But it's time to put my money where my mouth is. G'day, Daniel, is it?
Matt, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Come
you
on
too.
through, let's do this.
Thank you.
It's my first checkup
Cool, well, it looks like it's been a little while for you there, Matt.
in nearly a decade. And it's all playing out on national telly.
Daniel, what's the damage?
You've got some teeth that need some basic fillings, you've got some root canals that are not working anymore, and you've got some other teeth that might need some protection like crowns. You know, it could be anywhere from a couple of $100 to up to $4,000 if you took all those options up.
$4 grand.
$4,000.
You're joking?
No.
Little pinch in the gums here, mate.
This is the reason nearly half of us have avoided visiting the dentist in the past year. So why is it so expensive? And why isn't dental care for adults part of our publicly funded health system? It's a scenario that's leaving thousands of Kiwis suffering every day.
It is a crisis. Totally destroyed mouths with infections, pain, unable to eat comfortably.
If you're poor or you simply don't have any money at the end of the week, generally, how do people pay to fix their teeth?
Generally, they don't.
26-year-old Miriam from Christchurch is a qualified baker.
Do you want some jam on it?
Her two girls, Zara and Farah, love to eat Mum's fresh bread hot out of the oven. But chowing down on something as simple as this isn't so easy for Mum.
It does hurt. Like, I feel this kind of pulsing sensation on one of my teeth.
Miriam lives with chronic daily tooth pain.
There have been times where I've been in quite a bit of pain and had to lie down in absolute agonised, like, excruciating pain. And I've had to say, Farah, Mum just needs to lie down for a bit because her mouth is sore. Breaks my heart, honestly. I just want to be healthy.
Not able to cope with the pain, Miriam recently visited her dentist. The $100-odd checkup meant the family went without.
That week that I had to pay that, I didn't buy groceries that week. Or the previous week, actually.
On that visit, she received a quote for more than $5,000 of work. But the single mum simply can't afford to pay for the dental treatment she desperately needs.
Do you have any money left over at the end of each week?
Oh, no. I'm lucky if I have a couple of dollars.
You've just told me that you could save $2 a week, which is $100 a year. That's 50 years of saving to do the dental work that you need to do right now.
Yeah.
And then you need implants.
Correct. I mean, it's out of the question, really. It's going to take some miracle, basically, for me to have the funds to fix my teeth.
Her dentist says she needs root canals, crowns, extractions, 16 fillings and implants to replace half a dozen teeth she's already lost. Remember, she's just 26.
How did it get to this point?
Not getting checkups enough, just due to the cost. I got into veganism. Some days I would make smoothies that would contain up to 4 bananas, lots of frozen fruits, sweet soy milks, a lot of dates.
Have you brushed and flossed regularly?
Oh yeah, definitely, every day.
Whatever caused Miriam's dental decay, it's having a profound impact.
I lack confidence just day to day with even talking to someone. I'll have this, in the back of my head that, they can see the gaps and they can, do I look toothy? Do I look poor? Do I look kind of malnourished?
Are you ashamed of your teeth?
I am, because I feel as though I am obviously partly to blame.
2 months ago, desperate for dental care, Miriam set up a Give a Little page. She's got a hell of a long way to go.
WINS has an emergency benefit. Do you qualify for that?
I gave them my bill and they said, no, your bill is too extreme. To remove one tooth, it's about $150 to $200. I mean, the grant is $300.
People who have been diligent with their teeth will say, why should my taxes pay for someone like Miriam's teeth when she hasn't been so prudent.
I know, I agree actually. I don't think anyone should be in my position and then having to ask for handouts.
Miriam's not alone. Despite dental care being free for under 18s, 1 in 3 Kiwi adults has untreated dental decay. It's the most prevalent chronic disease in New Zealand.
I don't like the dentist, so I put it off until I have to.
You're 17.
Yep.
You've been visiting the dentist regularly.
Yep.
Will you visit the dentist when you turn 18 and it costs you money?
No, probably not.
Why?
Because I don't want to pay, it's too expensive.
Why do you reckon they cost so much?
I don't know, because they like money. They like lawyers. I don't know.
Have you had any sensitivity or soreness in those teeth?
Dentist Scott Waghorn owns 7 dental clinics across Auckland, employs 150 staff.
So the perception is that you and your cronies are ripping everyone off.
Yeah, there's definitely a perception out there that dentists are all Ferrari driving, multi-millionaires. The reality is far from that. One of the major issues that we strike as dentists is the huge cost of providing dentistry.
How expensive are some of the tools of your trade?
Well, this dental chair here is $80,000. Here in New Zealand, we've got very high regulatory standards around what we have to use. Some paper towels can go for, if they were non-dental, they'd be $4 for a roll. In dentistry, they can be up to $40.
And unlike visiting the doctor, which is subsidised, the hospital, which is free, the cost of dental care falls entirely on the patient, even though our oral health is intimately connected to our overall health.
The mouth and the amount of bacteria and infection in the mouth can really affect the heart. And overall, if your body is constantly fighting infection, this just isn't good for your overall wellness.
When it comes to who pays, do you think it's weird that our teeth are treated differently to the rest of our bodies?
Yeah, it's always seemed strange that we haven't seen the link. This doesn't make sense to me.
Scott tries to make dental care more accessible by offering free sessions, and he allows people to pay treatment off over time with no interest.
Well, everyone does say to me it's the worst business idea in the whole world. We've got great people that pay us back over many, many years, but it lets them have the dentistry that they need.
Even so, Scott says he's just scratching the surface.
There's a lot of New Zealanders that right now have extremely sore or painful teeth, but can't do anything about it.
He believes the government needs to step up in the same way it does for our young people. Scott's funded to run mobile clinics for kids in South Auckland.
If you're under 18 here in New Zealand, you get free dental care paid for by the government.
Should dental care be free for everyone?
I think all New Zealanders should have free basic dental care. That would include extractions and basic fillings, and also I think a heavy focus on prevention. I think anything above that, it should be user pays.
We've been talking about this for about the last 50 years. It just hasn't happened.
Bill O'Connor, president of the New Zealand Dental Association.
Is it because of you guys that we have to pay 100% at the dentist?
That's what you want me to say, isn't it, Matt? But no, I don't know that it is totally down to us at all.
Partly, though.
It's partly down to us.
The Labor government has extended your...
Back in the 1930s, when our free health system was formed, dentists weren't that keen to be part of it.
Oh, I'll say.
But seeing so many patients suffer in a privatised system, they've since changed their tune.
At the extreme end, there's death. But for most people, it's just pain, misery, infection.
What's the solution?
We think the solution is targeted, subsidised funding for people who can't afford treatment. We don't believe a universally funded system is practical. We still don't like being told by the government or whatever what we can and can't do, and that's what inevitably happens when you're relying on a third party to fund you. They start dictating the terms.
A lot of people might quite like that, though. Keep you guys in check.
Only people who don't know what they're talking about, Matt.
Jokes aside, the NZDA wants action now, and they're lobbying the decision makers.
The government has a responsibility to step up and provide funding.
The Minister of Health, David Clark, should he talk to us?
He should. He definitely should.
But he wouldn't, refusing 3 of our requests for an on-camera interview. So we found him with the Prime Minister,
given my priority to improve the equity of health outcomes,
committing a further $200 million to our public health system.
Matt Chisholm here from TVNZ's Sunday programme. We're here because, Minister, you wouldn't talk to us on camera about our dental story. We know thousands of people are suffering every day in this country with teeth they can't afford to fix. What is this government going to do about it?
Well, look, affordable dental care is a priority for this government, but over time I want to see dental care become more affordable.
And how are you going to do that?
Look, that only comes through investment.
So when are you going to make that investment?
That's on our agenda to look at that issue. It's actually something that we will do more on over time, but I obviously can't announce future budgets today.
Well, that's promising, but it's also politics, and whatever happens,
You want my work?
it won't come soon enough for Miriam.
I've been extremely depressed. I've cried. You know, I've spent nights in regret. I've spent nights researching in desperation, like, how did my teeth get to this stage? There must be more of an answer.
But then this happened.
We've found a man, a very generous man, who wants to fly you and the girls to Auckland and do all your dental work free of charge next week.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding.
Oh my gosh, no way. You don't just say that. Oh. Thank you. I mean, I'm really grateful. I'm just a bit shocked. Yeah, it's like the best thing I've heard in years.
And it was soon a reality.
Are you feeling excited?
Yes. Flights, cabs and that all-important care.
Welcome to our practice.
Big day today.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Oh gosh, a little bit nervous but excited. Kind of like this wave of relief that I'm going to have some of these issues sorted. It's like, oh, finally.
But Miriam's teeth are so bad, 13 have to come out. And remember, Scott,
I'm going to keep your front teeth, and then I'd like to make for you some upper and lower partial plates for your mouth.
Oh, really?
Okay. I put lots of numbing in and we wiggle your teeth out.
Oh, goodness.
And we'll be all done within about an hour, I'd say.
it has to be done. But it's hard to watch and bloody sad.
Scott, you've just pulled out 13 teeth. A lot of people will think this is Miriam's fault. Is it as simple as that?
Miriam's teeth from the get-go were very soft. Her enamel didn't form properly. In terms of assigning blame to Miriam, I'd only assign a very small bit.
Which answers a lot of questions for Miriam.
Thank you.
Just out of surgery and with a swollen mouth.
I already feel better.
In 3 months, you'll have some brand new teeth.
I know, I can't believe it. Sorry, I can't actually believe it. It's still a journey. Like, is it really happening?
Isn't that cool? It's been 10 days since her surgery and Miriam tells us she feels like a new person, less lethargic. In her words, she has a crazy amount of energy.